Hello earth signs, my Taurus, Virgos and Capricorns. Thank you all so much for coming for this reading. This reading is intended to show you the lifestyle, the life that you've lived in your life, your past life that you're still reliving now. The purpose is just to inform you so you can understand your patterns, and so what needs to be healed gets healed, and you know what needs to be understood about self gets understood about self, and what you just need to know also you know, so you can grow and have deeper understanding of self. So we are going to start. For the past lives, I have it divided into the signs, but the rest is for all of you guys, whichever one resonates. Okay, so let's look at the Taurus. A lot of you were into health, anything that brought health. Maybe you were a nurse, maybe you were a doctor, maybe you were a spiritual healer. Maybe you were into eating the right foods. Anything that was taking care of health you were dealing with in your past life, and most of you are still in that field now, or you're conscious of your health, or you have health issues that you're dealing with, or you know something connected to health is a major aspect of your life now. Okay, a lot of you were interested in connecting and was always working with the other star seeds in the galaxies. Okay, you were connected to the galactic confederation. Somehow you were connected and doing spiritual work with other aliens, other star systems. Okay, and some of you are still interested in it now. You still feel connected, and you know that you're not alone. You understand, okay, about this stuff, my Taurus. And you guys are still doing that now. Okay, the Virgos, your message here is that in your past lives, you guys, whatever is going on in your love life now, you have lived it in your past life. Whatever is being repeating itself in your love life, especially finding yourself doing the same thing in your love life, Virgos, is something that started in your past life. You may be even be with the same person that you were with, and they're still behaving the same way they behaved in the past life. Okay, it's a continuation. It's like you never left, but you have died and come back. Okay, some of you were artists, my Virgos, or into some form of music, arts, performance, all that stuff in your past life, and you still do that now. Okay. For you Capricorns, in your past life, a lot of you were priests and priestesses, spiritual priests and priestesses, and in this lifetime you're still living that life, doing all the stuff like a high priest and priestess will do, or you are that now. You had a lot of wisdom, you had a lot of power in the community. People came to you for clarity, understanding and guidance. Because of who you were. You were special, you were a priestess. So you understood and you saw more than the average person did. And you brought this wisdom and carried it into this life, and you still use it, and you still play that role somehow now. Okay, looking at the spiritual aspect of this reading, you guys were working with TAURUS, which is another star system or star seed or galactic beings that lived in the past. Okay, aliens, however you want to call them. All right, and these beings or this energy from TAURUS is all about teaching you about unconditional love. All right, and they've been working with you from your past life and still working with you, my earth signs, showing you how to love from this space, from this higher vibrational space. Okay, also star Sirius or Sirius, however you want to pronounce it, was working with you in your past life, and they're still working with you now. Okay, and it's all about them showing you how to embrace transitions in your life when things end, so that new beginnings will will stem up. This is the star system that's influencing this and helping you to grasp yourself and get a hold of this and be able to transition smoothly. All right. You also have Isasani star system that has been showing you how to live a life of integrity. All right. In your past life, they were doing that with you, and they're still working with you. All right. And so that is something that you should know. All right. Now, moving on to your life purpose. Okay. In your past life, you always had some form of serious decision facing you about what you want to do in your life. You always kind of like was caught up in so much going on mentally that you were pushed to have to figure out what your heart truly wanted so you can make decisions. So there's always been some indecision surrounding what you came to life for or what you were living for, even in your past life. And some of you are still caught up in that same whirlwind, or however you want to call it, of indecision surrounding your purpose and what you want to do with yourself. So it continues now. There's always something connected with you not being able to let go of a situation, or you've always had to come to a place where you had to let go of someone or cut a situation and release certain situations about your life just so you can make a decision and move past it and solve a situation when it comes to your life purpose and things you want to do. This was going on in your past life, you're still living with that. So I feel like it's a lot of confusion and indecision and having a hard time facing your emotions, and having clarity is something that crowds a lot of you earth signs, all right, that you've brought into this lifetime as well. Having a hard time to figure out where you're going, what you want to do, what you need to cut out off and let go so you can see clearly and move past things, right? Some of you always was into spirituality, meditating, doing yoga, any form of practice that connected you spiritually, and you are still doing it now. Okay. All right. When it comes to the way you thought about your life and the way you think about your life, my earth signs, it looks like a lot of you feel like you go through so many endings. Things just come to a prompt and you think things are going a certain way, and then you're always going through some form of ending, some form of transformation. Okay, you thought about it, and it makes sense with all this changing and stuck energy. You always felt like you were stuck and that nothing moves on for you. And so you always had to find a way to overcome the things that were holding you down, because it's almost like you're always in a trap where you can't get yourself out of things, right? You can't let go of things because you keep going the circles and circles and circles. And this is a form of what? Addiction, and being connected and trapped into a situation that you can't seem to let yourself out of. But you always felt stuck in your past life, and you always had to overcome this, sort of things tying you down, or addiction, or whatever is holding you from moving forward. You always was finding yourself in this, mental unrest where you are constantly going through interference mentally, feeling trapped in your own life, in your own mind, but after you go through all of this, messy stuff, somehow you start to rely on your higher self, start to tap into your spirituality. It's like a system that you go through, a process from abrupt ending and feeling stuck to unchaining yourself. Then you find your way to your spirit guides, your spirit, to help you to have faith and to give you clarity and to see the road ahead. And then that's what happens. You eventually get clarity about your life in any decision that you're trying to do. But it's like this is your pattern. From confusion, being stuck, things coming to an end, almost like nothing happening, and you feeling chained to stuff, all the way to looking out and tapping into spirit's guidance and your higher self. And then now you get clarity to move on what you want to get done. All right, but you go through this process every single time in your past life, and you're doing it now. So it's a pattern that I feel, and by now that it needs to stop. You can't go through all of this hardship all the time just to get here, just to get to some clarity. That's a lot. That's a lot, but that if you have to go through this just to make a decision, just to move on in life, or to do anything in your life, then that's a painful process. All right. Either way, it's almost like that's how you tap into spirit anyway. I feel like because of all of this stuff, you're able to connect with spirit. Your spiritual process shouldn't have to be based on your sufferings. That's what I'm seeing here. Don't allow that to repeat itself continuously in this lifetime. It is all the way you're thinking and seeing your life, pretty much. Now, looking at your financial life in your past life, and what it was and how it is now. See, this stuck energy and death energy is transmitted even in your financial life. This overcoming of stuck energy is, to me, the same thing as this obstacle that you were facing in your relationship. Whoever you were married with, you guys always had financial issues and obstacles that you had to clear out of your way just to get to what you wanted. So there's always this block there, and you lived that in your past life. Look, and this is also something that was happening. Like, you think everything is going on well, and then everything is actually erupting, like unexpected danger looming when it comes to your finances. In this case, it's like you thought you had savings, and all of a sudden the savings is gone. It's like something happens and you lose your money all the time, and it's still, to me, telling me about the death card. Where's the death card? Yeah, this is the same energy that you have with your finances. Obstacles, having to go through all of this, and then eventually you reach to an oracle, which is tapping into your higher self, your spiritual power, talking to your guides and angels just so you can get your finances together. I feel like in your past life, you guys had to, consult an oracle, your own spiritual, you became spiritual because of it, because of your financial problems, obstacles. You always end up having to call in the spirit guides and for spiritual help and direction with your finances. Are you still doing that now? Is that what is still happening? You still have to go through spiritual process and get spiritual help just to open up your financial doors. It could be something that you may need to work on. Maybe there's a curse that is happening. I don't want to see it that way, but if it's repeated in the way you think and it's repeated in your finances, then there is something major that needs to happen. You may need to do some spiritual work to clear the way of obstacles, repeating the same thing over again. But this time, get to the root of the reason why the obstacle is there in the first place. Is it because of you being stuck in your head and your own thinking? Or having addictive behaviors that you cannot overcome? And being stuck in the way of thinking and the way of doing things? Or is it a belief system that everything that you have always comes to an end? What is it? It's one of these situations that's causing this block and obstacles and destructions when it comes to your finances, which has been going on in your past life and going on still now for most of you. So this needs to be healed. This is a major issue that you need to work on, pay attention to, and get it out of your way. My earth signs, whatever one resonates. Now let's move on to your love life. So you had codependency issues in your past life, which was what stemmed from addictions. We have your card again. This time, you see, you're always working and getting over your addictions. That's why the devil is upside down. Your relationship suffered from that as well. You may still be going through that. Oh, this might solve some of the issue. If you have a problem loving yourself in your past life, having self-respect, respecting yourself and operating from there, it's hard for you to find true love in other people when you don't love yourself and respect yourself first. This is something that you were living with in your past life and you're still living with it now. It's probably the reason why some of you may have love situations that are not working out. Maybe you weren't keeping an open mind because you expect your soulmate to be a certain way in your past life and they're always not what you expect. You're looking for something, you have your own idea of what you want from your soulmate, and then the person gets there and they don't behave that way. So then that brings an issue. You're still living with that now. And it's all about you not keeping an open mind. So there's a lot of healing that needs to work here for you, my earth signs. Some of you don't get enough time to spend time with your partners in your past life and you're still living that now. There's a part of you that maybe you work too much or you get too involved in other things that you and your partner don't have quality time together. And this causes a disconnect between you two. And I saw 1616. It's a karmic energy. 16 is a karmic number. So this is definitely something that was happening in the past life that is repeating itself. You need time to connect with your partner. Disconnect from the world and spend time alone so you can bond with them. So if this is happening now, it has been going on for a long time. Different lifetimes that needs to be worked out, my earth signs. Before we get to the final message that the spirits have for you guys, the angels message, let's have a little fun from all this heavy energy, my earth signs. You guys made it heavy in here. Okay. This needs to be worked out so great fortune can smile on you. We're still in the Scorpio season of wealth and abundance and great fortune. Okay, so that's the energy we're vibing from. Okay. And I chose to do this, this reading too, is because of the infinity that's connected to the 8th house, right? Life that we continuously live and traps that we're still trapped in. So, anyways, Spirit, what do the Taurus, Virgos, and Capricorns need to do to open up good fortune for them moving forward? Thank you so much, Spirit. All right. So, you guys, the message for you is to be aware of being tricked by vanity and worldly possessions. Woo woo woo. Don't allow yourself to be tricked by vanity and worldly possessions. And this is what's going to help you to attain good fortune, my earth signs. Thank you guys. That was fun. The final message from the archangels for you guys is that, in your past life, maybe you had too much clutter mentally and in your space, which didn't allow you to see clearly and to have this clarity to move forward in a lot of your decision making. So they were always advising you to get rid of your clutter, clear your energy, and also use some feng shui in your home to balance the energies out, and they're still telling you to do that now so that you can make better decisions, so that you can hear them and invite good spirits in and bring balanced energy into your home. You need to do this. It's just clearing your space. You've had to do it in your past life and you still have to do it so you can move on. Alright? They've told you before and they are telling you now that everything is fine. All is well. The spirits are always with you. They've always been there helping you through any situation. Everything that you're going through, they're saying that it has blessings at the end of it. So whatever lessons you're going through, learn from it and move past it, because there is something to be learned in this situation. And I feel like so long as you learn this lesson, you would be okay and you would not repeat any repetition. You not repeat anything that is holding you down, my earth signs. So Spirit is saying that everything is okay, everything is well. Don't let anything scare you or put you in panic. Just realize that all is working in your highest good. All that you're repeating is helping you so you can get past the things that you need to get past, unstuck yourself so you can move forward in your life journey and grow spiritually and in all way around, right? So all is well, my earth signs, my Virgos, Taurus, and Capricorns. Thank you all so much for being here with me. I will definitely see you all soon. I hope you enjoyed the reading. Bye.